institution and individual supposed to respect the code of conduct and try as much as possible to respect its own constitution. And so I think that while they want to instill some discipline within their party, they need to follow their party rules of engagement so that they do not trumpet on the fundamental human rights of other members in the party.
David, I understand that. There are many of our viewers who possibly understand this too, that, I mean, so far as the party makes a decision to suspend some of its key members, it has to follow due process. But what I'm asking is that for a party like CPP, are suspensions the right way of instilling discipline, especially when they are not a strong force to reckon with when it comes to winning elections?
Yes, Steve, I must say that, yes, CPP, they have a problem with regards to, they do not have a very strong structures of the party. The structures are weak. And more to the point, the people leading the party now, I could say that they do not have what it takes very well to carry the party strongly the way we want it. I mean, there are key suspensions coming with regards to their youth organizer and then the general secretary. It's going to more like cripple the party, and the party is going to suffer for the action, although they want to make everybody disciplined in the party, but they need to be very cautious of the system. And as we speak now, we have less than 4 months to go for the polls. And so if you suspend your party secretary and then national suffer for it, although they want to do the good thing, but the timing it's quite a bit questionable.
I know that suspensions have been used by the many political parties. The NDC, the MPP recently suspending Kwabena Japong and Paul Afoko, and the NDC recently suspended Josiah Aye and all of that. How is it that political parties find it necessary during peak campaign periods to be suspending leading members of their party? Is this an approach which really, I mean, if we look at political structures in Ghana, do they work?
I think, Steve, you remember and you do know that when MPP suspended their national chairman and the secretary, they are actually suffering for it, because now if you look and analyze MPP very well, you realize that the structures are not all that there. I mean, people who are leading the party are not strong enough. They are not people that, I mean, you will see and then they will tend to vibrate and all that. So you will see that it has really affected the party. If you have Paul Afoko, if you have Kwabena Japong descending onto the ground, working effectively for the MPP, by now NDC would have been, actually shaken. But now that they've suspended all those people, it has really affected MPP. And so in the same vein, a CPP not all that vibrant on the ground, although we all like the spirit and the enthusiasm of Kwame Nkrumah's ideology and the charisma of Kwame Nkrumah. When you mention Kwame Nkrumah's name in every part of the world, people tend to say that, yes, this person has whatever it is. But currently, the dispensation, I mean, if you looked at the people following CPP now, if you take Abu Sakara, Professor Akosa, and then the regional, the current presidential candidate, the rest of them, in fact, their posters and their communication alone tells you that they have a certain disability. And so if you suspend the regional secretary and the national secretary and then the youth organizer, it is actually going to affect the CPP more, and going into the election, we are not going to see a good performance of the party now. But
because
let's pay attention to CPP. For me, what the flag bearer actually said at the IEA event, I was so much, carried away that yes, David, these people do have something to offer to this country.
David, we're grateful. Thanks very much. David Agbe is the Executive Director of the Ghana Institute of Governance and Security. And here in Accra, my name is Stephen Nt. You're still watching News at 10.